Doris Payne was born in 1930 in a small coal mining town called Slab Fork, West Virginia. Life was hard, especially for a young girl like Doris. Her father worked long hours in the mines, and her mother took in laundry to help support the family. Despite their struggles, Doris dreamed of a better life, one filled with beauty and luxury. Her mother owned a single piece of nice jewelry, a simple silver necklace. Doris would watch her mother put it on, and to her, it was the most beautiful thing in the world. It represented something bigger, something better than the tough life they lived. As she grew up, Doris found herself fascinated by jewelry stores. She couldn't afford anything, but she loved to look. The way the jewels sparkled under the lights, the way people treated you like you were important if you just showed interest, it all captivated her. One day, when Doris was 17, she went into a jewelry store in a nearby town. The store was small and quiet, and the shopkeeper was kind. He showed her a necklace with a blue sapphire pendant, the most beautiful thing Doris had ever seen. She tried it on, and for a moment, she felt transformed. It was like she was no longer the poor daughter of a coal miner but someone who mattered, someone special. Then, something inside her snapped. When the shopkeeper wasn't looking, Doris slipped the necklace into her pocket and walked out of the store. Her heart was pounding, and she was terrified, but there was also a thrill. She had taken control of her life, even if just for a moment. That night, lying in bed, she took the necklace out and held it in her hands. It felt heavy, like the weight of what she'd done was pressing down on her. But she also felt proud. She had wanted something, and she had taken it. This first theft set Doris on a path that would last her whole life. She didn't steal because she needed to. Her family always had enough to eat. She stole because it gave her a sense of power. In a world where she was often made to feel small because she was a woman, because she was poor, stealing made her feel in control. As the years went by, Doris became a skilled and notorious jewel thief. She traveled the world, Paris, Rome, Tokyo, stealing from the finest jewelry stores. Her method was simple. She charmed and distracted the salespeople with her wit and warmth, then slipped the jewels into her purse when they weren't looking. She was good at what she did, and for a long time, she got away with it. In the 1970s, Doris Payne, a master jewel thief, set her sights on a luxurious jewelry store in Paris. Her target was a stunning 10-carat diamond ring, worth over $500,000. Dressed as a wealthy, sophisticated woman, Doris entered the store on the elegant place vendor. She charmed the staff with her poise and asked to see the finest rings. The store manager, eager to please, brought out the best they had, including the diamond ring Doris wanted. As she pretended to admire the ring, Doris subtly swapped it with a nearly identical fake she had prepared. The real diamond was now in her purse, and no one suspected a thing. She told the manager she'd return with her husband to decide, but she never went back. By the time the store realized what had happened, Doris was already out of the country. The heist made headlines, and the world marveled at how she had outsmarted everyone. For Doris, it was one of her greatest successes, a reminder of her skill and daring as one of history's most famous jewel thieves. But being a thief was a lonely life. Doris couldn't tell anyone her secret. She had relationships and even fell in love, but she always kept people at a distance. She lived her life as if she were playing a role, and sometimes even she didn't know where the real Doris ended and the jewel thief began. As she grew older, Doris's heists became more dangerous. She was arrested several times, spending short periods in jail, but she always managed to talk her way out of long sentences. However, each arrest made her realize that the thrill of stealing wasn't what it used to be. She was tired, and the life she had chosen was starting to feel like a trap. In her 80s, after yet another arrest, Doris sat in a police station, reflecting on her life. She thought back to that first necklace, the one with the sapphire pendant. She realized that what she had been chasing all those years wasn't the jewels themselves but the feeling they gave her, the feeling of being someone, of mattering in a world that often tried to make her feel invisible. Doris Payne had spent a lifetime stealing jewels, but in the end, she understood that the real treasure she had been searching for was a sense of self-worth, something she had to find within herself. It was a lesson she learned late in life, but it brought her some peace. As her life came to a close, Doris Payne, the woman who had stolen so many jewels, realized that the most valuable things were not the diamonds and sapphires she had taken, but the moments of connection, love, and self-discovery that made life truly precious.